As you can see, we have a lot of,
Goodies.
something here, goodies here on the table right now.
Right.
But in the meantime, with the rise of global warming and political issue, there's still lack of acknowledgement how polluted our world is. Environmentalist groups and activists never stop campaigning the need for us, citizens, to take an action for this issue. One of them is reducing our daily use of plastic.
That is right. And we have with us today Kevin Kumala, the Green Chief Officer, the Chief Green Officer and founder of Avani, a Bali-based company that supplies eco-friendly alternatives for better impact in the environment.
Yes.
But before that, we also should know that the modern economy growth has generated explode of demand for consumer products, which we see leave a big amount of waste. And there has not yet been the right waste management infrastructure to handle it. Plastic bags, styrofoam, food packets, water bottles are washed away to the sea, and Indonesia has been dubbed as the second largest contributor to the marine plastic in the world.
Yes, as a person who is involved in making changes in environment issue, now you can share with us your concern about
Kevin
plastic use, always becoming an important thing to reduce the use of plastic, and what's the impact? What impact does plastic to do with harm Earth?
Hello, Kevin.
Thanks for having me in the program.
We see you have a lot of these things here.
So there's something interesting. What are these goodies
These
here?
are basically, again, I think Avani is focused on replacing what we call so-called petroleum-based plastic products.
Okay.
We really hate plastic pretty much.
Okay.
As a social enterprise, we believe in the notion of 3R, which is reduce, reuse, recycle.
Right. Yeah.
And at the same time, we truly believe that the slow trickle of education is going to take too long. So then we introduce another R, which is replace.
Okay.
So what we have in front of us is basically a arrangement of products that are basically plant-based. So as you can see here, they might look like plastic.
Yeah, they look like plastic. Yeah.
But these are 100% made from renewable resources, which are plants.
Such as plants.
Yes.
What kind of plants are these?
If you're talking about, maybe you can do the honor.
Yeah, I will do the honor.
If you're talking about the bags itself, they are actually derived from cassava. And also vegetable oil.
Really?
So we're using 100% bio-based raw materials. There's a lot of different types of plastics out there who claim to be eco-friendly and whatnot.
But they're not.
But we are taking this approach of there's no gray area.
Okay.
If you want to give a solution to this huge epidemic, as you just mentioned, Indonesia is actually the second biggest marine polluter in the world.
That's right.
We cannot tiptoe in a zone where it is gray. So it's either going green all the way, or we just don't do it at all.
Right.
So basically, these bags are 100% bio-based materials, which are cassava and vegetable oil.
So how did you start with Avani? How did you start making this? Was it because after you did research on how bad, Indonesia's sea, water pollution, everything is?
I think if I had to underline basically the two things that basically gave me this inspiration behind the establishment of Avani was twofold. I was actually a biologist by education.
Okay.
And also at the same time, I'm an avid surfer and also a diver. So when I first got back to Indonesia, where I was born and raised, I saw this whole epidemic, man. Like 2009 was great, dude. I was out surfing, I was out diving, Raja Empat, and like Pulau Seribu and everything. But like a constant trickle of changes, gave me that itch. It's
what are those changes though?
Like if you go out to like Pulau Seribu, if you go out diving in Bali, it's a totally different environment. Unfortunately.
So basically, it gotten worse. Basically, there's
way worse. Way worse. I mean, if we know, back in the 90s, Kuta was a paradise island. Like it was like a paradise. You go out, Hard Rock Hotel. You step out, and then you see paradise.
True.
But then the reality today is, if you step out to Kuta Beach, I'm pretty sure there's more plastic.
That is true.
Than people.
And is it rapidly growing? The amount of plastic, is it fast? Is it, you see the changes really fast?
I think it's suffice to say we're growing at a exponential rate. It's really scary.
Okay.
And you see that because you've been, there.
Because we're out there.
Yeah.
We're out there. our activities are out there. We see it ourselves. And again, this problem is really glaring in front of our very eyes.
And you want to make a change, basically.
Exactly, bro.
And so, what are the products that you have here now?
So
innovation. What kind of innovation has become?
So basically, our what we call our go-to product would be the cassava bag, which is 100% bio-based
Singkong.
compound. Right, Singkong cassava.
Singkong.
But keep in mind, we're not taking anything outside of the chain of food supply.
Right.
So that we're taking something that is of a waste to become something that is of a worth.
All right.
So we're taking the
So
industrial grade of cassava.
Right.
Alright.
So we're not
okay.
breaking any, the pyramid.
yeah.
Exactly.
Nice,
We're not.
yeah,
It's not a
okay.
catch-22 where we're breaking the food chain. So we're taking the waste of cassava. We're taking the waste of singkong and making this into a product that is of a worth.
All right.
And it doesn't stop there, actually. We are able to produce shopping bags. We're able to produce poly bags, apparel poly bags. When you buy like T-shirts and everything,
right.
it's got like a little plastic covering. We can do laundry bags. We can do all sorts of crazy things like
You have
aprons,
straws
gloves.
also right
Yes.
here. You have the usually. So this we usually it's like a plastic,
Yeah.
Yeah, this
knife,
looks like
butter
plastic
knife.
as
It
well.
may look like plastic,
Yeah.
but those are actually 100% biodegradable because they are made from cornstarch.
Well, speaking about making from plant-based, though, how strong is it? Is it like in terms of using it, in terms
I think
of?
suffice to say, if you try to, I'm applying force here. It's not really happening. So
Wow.
again,
Even with the bio
yeah.
plastic as well?
So just a bag that you see in front of you that can hold up to a weight of 7 kilograms.
7 kilo.
That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, I'm going shopping in this later, okay?
In terms of like, tensile strength, we're up there with your normal plastic bag.
But the question is, for example, the idea. Where did you get it from?
Right.
Did you go out?
Yeah, why plant-based?
Go to another country, or you have some
Yeah.
friends here also?
I think, honestly, bioplastic has been always the gold standard when we talk about, the Western Hemisphere, whether it's in the Europe, whether it's in the U.S.,
Right.
where I spent quite a number of years
Okay.
in the U.S. And I think, when I first came back to Indonesia, knowing that the notion of Indonesia is the second biggest polluter
Yeah. Right.
of marine plastic, there is literally nothing being done to mitigate this phenomenon.
All right.
And equipped with a knowledge that I have, granted little knowledge,
Yes.
trying to be humble there.
Yeah.
We know that's not true.
So basically, we did a lot of research. It took us about 2.5 years to finally came up with something that is feasible to go market.
Okay. So some of these, for example, the coffee cups,
Yeah.
for example, and then you also have the straw.
Yeah.
What is the process like in making this, though?
It's
is it tough?
It's most of them is actually a physiochemical process.
Okay.
In which a lot of physiochemical changes taking place. So again, as you can maybe hold up here, this is pretty much the polymers that we use.
What is this?
These are polymers.
A
So
sweet
basically-
candy?
Maybe we can drink it later, but not right now.
Okay.
No, not-
So these are the polymers that we come up with in which we have patented.
Okay.
So these are pretty much the raw materials that will go into our feeding machine.
Okay.
And we will use a blower in order to make our 100% biodegradable and compostable cassava bags.
Wow.
I see. This is interesting.
But for example, in choosing let's say the word's trash, because you get all the plastic. Do you work together with the government, or do you work with private sectors?
Most of them are private sectors, unfortunately speaking. We have to, I think the struggle is that we have to go door to door, pretty much.
All right.
Because again, there's a lot of education that needs to be communicated across.
Is it hard a process to communicate with them and telling them, hey, plastic is,
Yeah.
Being based in Bali, it's been a blessing for us.
Okay.
Because again, the decision maker are actually, most of them are expats living
Okay.
in Australia,
All right.
living in Europe, living in the US, and they've seen these products, they've known these products, but then I think the problem is that how to obtain these products in Indonesia.
Right.
All right.
And that's where we came in. So I think being in Bali
It's a good start.
definitely
It's a
gives
good
us the
start.
leverage to go into the hotels and the beach resorts
All
and the
right.
restaurants.
There's many more options also
course.
there, right?
Of
Okay, we're
course.
going to go for a short break, Kevin. When we come back, we'll continue talking about biodegradable plastic. Don't go anywhere.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Yes, and welcome back with us. Still with us, Kevin Kumala. He's the Chief Green Officer and founder of Avani.
Yeah.
Talk about Avani. What does Avani mean?
Avani is a Sanskrit word actually for earth.
Earth.
Oh.
So whatever
Save the planet Earth.
everything that comes from Earth needs to return back to Earth. That's the
Okay.
whole notion, of Avani.
That's right, I
And
completely
basically,
agree.
both of us, we like to drink coffee. You
Right.
know, when we look at the cup over here, it looks like really like a plastic.
Yeah.
Is it really
Exactly.
plastic?
Looks exactly like it.
It's from just your from your tangible surface, it looks like your normal coffee cups.
Right.
But the little that we know, if you take a coffee cups on a go,
Yeah.
there's so much plastic element in that.
Really?
The lining is
Yeah,
plastic,
yeah,
the
yeah.
lid is plastic, and suffice to say that our coffee cups is 100% made from plants.
100%?
Made from plants.
Made from plants.
So we got paper covering it.
Okay.
And we got the cornstarch lining.
Yeah.
And we got the cornstarch lid. So within 180 days, get this. Within 180 days,
Yeah.
after you throw this away, it becomes compost for our environment.
Really?
So the lifespan is only 180 days.
No, if you throw it away
If
in
I
the
throw it
landfill,
away, okay.
let's say if you
It'll
want to
compost.
compost
Oh, in the landfill,
it will
okay,
become
all right.
compost. It will
So
become-
basically, for those people, ignorant people, out there, it's just
Littering.
like,
Right,
it's
exactly.
like
Yeah, who likes to litter, that's
So
right.
it's fine,
Within
basically.
180 days.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's fine to litter, but for example,
Exactly.
for those,
if you use our product,
yeah, then it's okay, to litter.
No, let's say you don't use it yet and you keep it. How long can it hold on to?
It's the same. It's the same thing as your normal product.
Very
But if we're talking
interesting.
about burying this in a landfill, within 180 days, it will become compost
So we
for our
need not
environment.
worry about that, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's say like you're drinking coffee and it fell, accidentally out
In the
of
ground.
on the ground, so it's fine, right?
So how's the process of research for this?
Yeah. I think honestly, just like any other business, we have to listen to our customers.
Okay.
We began our establishment as a bag producer. We focus on the bags, and we are basically getting down to focus groups to customers. We want to listen to them, see what they're needing in their line of work.
Everyday life.
Yeah, exactly. So, suffice to say that today we are blessed with a portfolio from A to Z when you're talking about hospitality industry.
Because not
So
a
we-
lot of people also would want to go in this kind of business,
Right, exactly.
I mean, what step?
Tell me about it.
What step did you
Go
guys- okay,
green.
let's
Yeah.
go green,
So 2014 was the year that we started the company.
Okay.
And I was walking by faith, literally and figuratively, getting called, dude, Kevin, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
You're a daydreamer, man.
Yeah.
You're just on your own bubble. You're on your own world.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, if you are out there, if you're talking to your customers, if you know what the demands are,
Right.
you can just supply. At the end of the day, it's all about finding the equilibrium of supply and demand.
Okay, yeah.
And we know for a fact, the more that you talk to these hotel general managers,
Okay.
you talk to these F&B owners and all that, the want and the demand is definitely out there for eco-friendly products.
Do you have any rejections by any chance?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When it comes to presentation.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, of course.
And
Like-
what was the main reason normally for their
Yeah.
rejection to it, though?
The rejection is definitely one would be pricing because
Okay.
to be honest with you, our prices are definitely a bit more expensive than plastic.
Okay.
A bit more,
Yeah.
underline, a bit more.
A bit only.
A bit more. So we're
but
talking
and so are
about-
all green, go green, like
Right. If
products.
you're talking about
basically.
organic products,
Organic
which
products.
are coming from natural resources in which we have not achieved economies of scale, of course you have to put a premium in that as a first
Yeah.
mover, as a
Yeah, yeah,
pioneer.
yeah.
So again, I think the biggest stumbling block when we first came into the market was price.
Okay.
But then again, at the end of the day, as the snowball effect takes place, particularly in Pulau Bali,
Yeah.
we have been able to squeeze down our production costs, and
Okay.
it's been truly a blessing for us.
And your biggest market is in Bali right
Correct.
now, right? And
Correct.
how do you see? Is there a big impact or changes basically in the environment in Bali? Is it ever since the use of?
I think when we come to talk about facts, just in Bali alone,
Yeah.
we're talking about 1,000 tons of plastic being discarded on a daily basis. 1,000 tons, and this is a massive project.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
Instantly,
I said, like I said, we have to be able to educate the market in terms of the 3 R's: to reduce, to reuse, and to recycle. But personally, and as a team, we believe that the slow trickle of education is going to take too long.
Okay.
You have to basically get their mental
Okay.
to become revolutionized. And to break out from that bad habits and to adapt to this new paradigm of thoughts,
Right,
which is reduce, reuse, recycle.
Right.
It's easier said than done. So our approach is to replace.
All right.
And that's where we came in, so that it makes things much easier.
Easier. Now, do you partner with any other industries?
Yes, we have a lot of NPOs backing us up.
Okay.
We have WWF, good friends of WWF.
All right.
We have a great nonprofit organization named Bioplastic Bags.
Okay.
Being started by these two girls who have done their TED Talks,
Okay. Ooh,
Malati and Isabel.
All right.
There's plenty of nonprofit organizations who are backing us up for sure.
Okay. Well, when it comes to, for example, like this, I mean, it's hard people to understand also, you know.
Right.
It does take extra effort to educate them.
That's
also, you know,
right.
sometimes, like, I mean, really, you know.
Right.
They know go green. They know that they
Right.
should, but a lot of them do not actually do or move or do
Of course.
anything. Then what do you do do you have campaigns
Of course.
or, any educational seminars, anything
course.
like that?
To be honest with you, if you don't have the passion and you don't have the really the calling to do this, it's a hard business to be in.
That's true.
Because you're here to change the paradigm of
Yeah.
255 million people,
Right.
which is a tough
Also mindset also.
Exactly. So I think we honestly, I think word of mouth is the best campaign.
All right.
How's it been so far?
It's been amazing, bro.
Alright.
We go on Facebook, we go on communities. Word of mouth just travels.
Okay.
And the best thing about Bali is that it is an
fast.
island
Yeah.
where it is small enough. It's group and communities where they are not embarrassed to name shame.
Okay.
So basically, they would go into like one cafe and tell them, hey, the cafe next door has adopted these biodegradable, eco-friendly products. How come you guys are not doing it? How come you guys are not doing it?
Right.
Okay.
So we have been blessed with our customers who have actually brought up all these word-of-mouth marketing to cafes and hotels.
Which basically helps
It's amazing.
people
It's like
educate
walking
people
billboard.
in a way.
Yeah.
Easy. That's true. Okay, now what do we have here?
So
Are you
we
gonna make me
have this.
tea?
Are you gonna show
This
us
is- this
something
is-
interesting here?
Yeah, this is something that, there's no other...
It's not coloring, right? Because I mean,
I can-
the color is very fun, you know.
Yeah, I can assure you that everything that we use here is plant-based.
Okay.
So I am going to do a little demonstration.
Okay.
That will hopefully be able to show our viewers
Okay.
and also you guys
Yeah,
and
yeah,
convince you guys
Yeah.
that this is definitely not plastic.
So it's what is this? Beads or what do we call these?
These are
Okay.
polymers.
Okay.
Polymer.
So this is a warm water
Okay.
in which I am going to pour here on this
Okay.
cup.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
And I'm going to take a piece of this bioplastic.
Okay.
Oh, see how tough it is?
Wow.
It is tough.
It's
It can
tough.
it can carry how many?
7
kilograms.
kilos.
7 kilograms of loads. And as you can see here, it is definitely not plastic.
Okay.
If you can see how fast it is diluting almost instantaneously in hot water. I'm using hot water here just
It
because
has to be hot water.
it doesn't have to be hot water. The hot water is just to expedite the process.
Okay.
All right.
But as you can see here,
Yeah.
millions and millions of sea animals are killed every
That's
year
true.
because of choking,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of
yeah.
eating plastic, And we're talking about a form of bioplastic that is safe for the marine environment.
Okay.
Statistically speaking, 80% of plastic that we consume on land will end up on the body of water.
Right.
And after this is done,
So is that drinkable or
It's gone, disappeared.
so the bioplastic
Bioplastic.
Bioplastic.
is no longer there.
Okay.
And this, my friend, has literally become a green drink for a greener Indonesia.
Yeah,
Wow.
Green, go green.
Look at that.
Yes, and it's safe to drink and consume.
Bottoms
yeah?
up.
Oh wow.
If it's
You
safe,
guys want to try?
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
it's
yeah.
safe for us,
Why you
it's
giving it to me?
definitely
It's
safe.
cassava.
It's cassava.
It's
Okay.
cassava.
Did you have breakfast? It's carbs, man.
Oh really? I haven't had my breakfast, guys.
Cheers to
Hey,
that.
Cheers to this. Wow. This is good.
Okay, yes, thank
No,
you.
no, no, no. This is my glass. Where's your glass? You should drink the cup right there. No, I'm kidding.
Should we make some more?
Wow.
Wow, and it smells.
There you go.
It's coconut.
Yeah.
Smells like coconut. I mean, we get that a lot.
I could drink this every day.
Wow. So it's healthy, basically, right?
I wouldn't. Come on, I wouldn't really suggest to drink it, but
To drink it every day.
This just to drive
health.
home the point.
Okay.
That
Alright.
this is totally harmless. We have obtained the certification of oral toxicity test.
Okay.
Which means it causes zero harm for mammals to consume it.
So basically, it was like, hey, I'm hungry. Let's drink.
I mean,
let's eat plastic.
we do it every day at the office. This
Okay.
this has become our snack. I'm just kidding.
Well, what happens though? I mean, if it dilutes in water, what happens if you carry it and it starts to rain?
Again, like I said, I have to underline that that is actually a 70-degree centigrade water.
Oh.
So that was actually to expedite the process. So if we're talking about
So it
going
can
out in
still
rain,
handle.
it's fine. It's
All
totally
right.
fine.
Okay.
But if we're talking about 70-degree water, the physical appearance of the bioplastic will change.
Okay. What do you
Here's
hope
your
for the
plastic.
future?
Oh man, a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, there has to be a government initiative
Okay.
that could actually become the platform
Okay.
for companies like us
Yeah.
to mass collaborate
Okay.
and basically provide a solution for a greener Indonesia, because it's become inevitable that we have to do something.
That's true.
Indonesia is the second biggest plastic marine pollutant in the world. So it's a phenomenon that we should not be proud about. And, hashtag do something.
Okay.